Addressing a panel discussion during his official tour to Switzerland to attend the 54th annual meeting of the World Economic Forum, President Ranil Wickremesinghe commented on Sri Lanka's outlook following the debt restructuring program.
So what is the outlook for Sri Lanka after its debt relief?
I must say we have performed well so far, and for the first time we've got positive growth. I would expect about 2% growth this year and maybe on to about 4 or 5 next year. The main issue we have is how do you repay this, because we've had a balance of payment issue. We have a question of budgetary issues also. Revenue is not enough for the expenditure. We are also revamping our total revenue collection system, and we want to have a revenue authority replacing the individual departments. Balance of payments concerned is how we attract new investments and what are the areas. We have a fair amount of solar and wind power far beyond our needs. How do you utilize it at the moment when there's a demand, and we are also going to sell part of it to India. But you have a bigger problem here. One is populism. You have the expectations of the people that have to be met, and most of us are living beyond our means, if you look at it in the conventional way. Then your bond markets, others are at the moment have to operate on the conventional rules. Now, how do you have these two together? If you are going to apply the strict rules, all governments will collapse. In my view, you have got to sit down and take a view on this. How are we going to do it? Otherwise, this issue will go on. Your government must, at the end of the day, provide minimum facility that's expected. I mean, it's not so bad for us. We got into this problem because we took the loans on non-tradable goods. No way of paying back, but all our villagers today have paved roads, we have better buildings in schools. You have to resolve these issues in Sri Lanka. We can manage it.
Just on this idea that you say Sri Lanka can achieve this, so talk about revenue collection, talking about taxes on households and businesses, you have an IMF schema. Do you think this will breed any seeds of resentment among Sri Lankan populations later on, or you think the country...
We've already had foreign investments. It's nothing new. Basically, from the time the Dutch came, they were investing. Then the British invested. Now we are investing. So in any case, we can live with foreign investment, and people are expecting foreign investment. So it's an open society. That's not a major issue for us. We think we want to make it on our own, but we don't want to add any more burdens.
Meanwhile, President Ranil Wickremesinghe, addressing the roundtable organised by the Climate Vulnerable Forum in Switzerland yesterday, noted that he is dedicated to progressing investments in climate prosperity plans, including the development of investor sheets for finance mobilization.
While making little or no contribution to the global carbon footprint, vulnerable developing nations in the global south face the brunt of the adverse impact of climate change. Multilateral efforts to redress this balance has been high on commitments and low on outcome. It is with this issue of climate justice in mind that Sri Lanka launched the Tropical Belt Initiative at COP28 in Dubai. In order to identify avenues for such investments, developing countries must identify robust plans and bankable projects. Sri Lanka's climate prosperity plan provides that blueprint for investment in critical areas, including in resource-based sectors to secure our industries and supply chains. The targeted intervention proposed in our CPP is grounded in our national circumstances and aims to unlock domestic energy abundance through renewables for the country to become a net energy exporter by 2025. The CPP investments, once realized, will boost Sri Lanka's renewable energy production, ideally exceeding 100% of domestic power needs by 2040.
President Ranil Wickremesinghe also participated in a roundtable discussion organised by the Consortium of Indian Industry and the World Economic Forum yesterday. During the discussions, the President emphasised the successful resolution of supply bottlenecks, the removal of import restrictions and the restoration of foreign exchange liquidity as key factors contributing to sustained economic growth. President Wickremesinghe welcomed private investments, particularly in infrastructure development and the divestment of state-owned enterprises.
This is what we hope to plan out. We think there has to be an integration of Sri Lanka and India's economies, and that can take place. In case for 1,000 years, we have been trading with each other. That's no secret at all. There's large amount of transaction which goes on between Colombo and Chennai, Colombo and Mumbai, as all of you know, partly official, partly unofficial. So I would like to, if you have any questions, both the Sri Lankan delegation and I are here to clarify it for you.